ah, ah. In this English pronunciation tutorial, you're going to discover how to tell the difference between the two English vowel sounds, as in up, and the unstressed vowel sound, the English schwa. It's very important to understand the differences between these two sounds because is the most common vowel sound in English, and yet most people can't hear the difference between and and they often use in place of and it's really important to be able to understand the schwa sound in English in comparison to because the schwa sound is used because of how English is as a language. English is a stressed and unstressed language, and the schwa sound is essential for making English stressed and unstressed. This is very, very, very important. It's one of the most important things to know about English pronunciation. So in this tutorial, I'm going to tell you the 3 things you need to know to tell the difference between and And I'm going to give you a couple of examples just to make sure that you're really confident with both sounds. Great to see everyone coming back for day 25 of our 30-day British accent challenge. I'm really excited to be teaching this to you today, but just remember, this is a 30-day British accent challenge. We're on day 25 now, so if you've missed anything up until here, then make sure to go back and catch up on everything over the last 25 days because I'm giving you my best tips to speak English with a clear and confident British accent. And let's dive in with today's lesson. The number 1 most important difference between and is the schwa sound, which is only ever appears in unstressed syllables in English. It's a weak vowel sound. And what that means is you will not find the schwa sound in stressed syllables. This is very important because English is a stressed language. It is made up of stressed and unstressed syllables. And it's transitioning between these 2 syllables or 2 kinds of syllables that gives English its rhythm. So if you ever want to speak English with more of a native rhythm and sound more like a native, understanding what makes English have its rhythm is very important. And this really is it, the schwa sound, okay? Or this is one of the main elements that gives English its rhythm. So, is the schwa sound, and it will only ever appear in unstressed syllables. Can appear in unstressed syllables, but it will also appear a lot of the time in stressed syllables, okay? For example, up, 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 okay? I'm going to give you one word now that contains both the sound, which is the stressed and the schwa sound Just have a listen to both of them, or both sounds, and see what you can hear. Upper, 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 upper. Okay, can you hear the stressed syllable in that word? Let me know if you can hear the stressed syllable in the comments in this word. Is it the first syllable or the second syllable? Upper, upper, upper. I hope that you can hear that the first syllable is the stressed one. The second syllable is unstressed, and that's where the schwa sound is. I'm going to just repeat this word again so you can pay attention as much as possible to both sounds. Upper, upper, upper. Because the schwa is unstressed, it will always be more quiet and produced with less force than any stressed syllables like up here, upper. Okay, that's the first difference. The sound, the schwa, will only ever appear in unstressed syllables. Okay, the second thing that you need to know is to do with the sound, the quality of the sound in the mouth. Okay, and the reason why this is important is I often hear people pronouncing an sound as an sound, that they're trying to pronounce the schwa, but they pronounce the sound instead. And that can affect various other things in English. So the quality of the sound in the mouth is really important. Let me now explain the difference between the qualities of both of these sounds in the mouth. The schwa sound, the unstressed schwa sound, the easiest way to describe it is like you've just woken up in the morning, your alarm's just gone off, you're really tired, you're not really sure what's going on, and you're saying, what time is it? You're just simply making noise. You're not trying to do anything fancy, you're not trying to stretch your lips into a wide position or a rounded position. You're just simply making noise. The schwa sound should be the easiest sound for you to make in English because you're not trying to do anything at all. You're just simply going and making noise. The sound, you should feel yourself pulling that sound down in your mouth. Look at my mouth as I make it. Okay, I'm going to zoom in on my lips here. When I make it, I feel a bit of tension in my cheeks here as I pull my mouth down. Compared to when I make the schwa sound, where I'm not pulling my mouth into any position, I'm simply just opening my lips a little bit, enough to make the sound. Let me go between both sounds whilst I'm zoomed in here on my mouth. You should be able to see that the only difference for is that my mouth drops down. My jaw drops down and my tongue also drops down in the mouth. I'll zoom in again. Now if I put that back into the word upper, 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 upper. Okay, it's as simple as that. You should have been able to see there that for the which was the first syllable, my mouth came down lower and it was more stressed, it was produced with more force, and the schwa didn't come down as far and it was much less stressed. Upper, upper, upper. Let me just put this into a sentence so you can hear how it sounds in real speech and pay attention to the stress of this word in the sentence. Okay, I'm going to say, I'm on the upper floor. I'm on the upper floor. I'll say that a bit quicker and a bit more naturally now with real connected speech. I'm on the upper floor. I'm on the upper floor. I'm on the upper floor. Now I'll slow that down, and if you can, follow along with me here. I'm on the upper floor. 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 Okay, this really is the three things that you need to be aware of. Okay, one, the schwa is always unstressed. Two, for the jaw comes down lower in the mouth. And three, the tongue comes down with the jaw, it's also lower in the mouth. Upper, upper, upper. Okay, learn these three things and you should never get confused again between and okay, and just a bonus tip, which is why this is so important, there's certain sounds in English that have the schwa sound in them. The O diphthong and the long vowel sound, as in work, that is produced with what is basically a long schwa sound. there is a subtle difference in that sound, but it's basically a long schwa sound. The only real difference is that can be stressed, can't. If you want to learn both of those sounds, then look in the description below where I've got tutorials on how to learn O and and O and Look in the description below, and I've got step-by-step tutorials there that will help you to master both of these sounds. And these three sounds I've just talked about now, O, and are three of the most important vowel sounds that you can master if you want to speak English like a native would, okay? If you want the rhythm in English like a native speaker, if you want pronunciation like a native speaker, and if you want your English to flow like a native speaker, then the three sounds I've just mentioned will enable you to get as close to that as is possible, okay? So look in the comment below this video for those two sounds.